So now we have seen lots of parameters and actions in the dynamic block, and they were fairly simple. Now let's look at a little bit complicated action. So here we have this block, a simple block, and we have made this with the name table set here. Now we have inserted a copy of this block here, and you can see that it's a mirror image of this original block. Now we want to make a dynamic block in such a way so that a copy or an array of this complete set can be made in horizontal as well as in vertical direction at certain intervals. So for that, go to this create block and now give it a name. So I'll name it as array set and select a pick point, which will be this point in this case. Now select object and select both of these objects, press enter. Now make sure allow exploding is checked and also make sure open in block editor is checked. Now click on OK. So here we have these two blocks, the first and the second one. Now go to this parameters and select this XY parameter. Now specify the first point for the X parameter. And now you'll notice that we can directly specify the X and Y coordinates of the endpoint, which we can dynamically click at this drawing area and specify, or we can also enter this coordinate with the help of coordinate values. So I'll do that. So I'll type at 2000 for the X coordinate value and minus 2300 for the Y value. We are entering a negative value for Y direction because it's pointing downwards. And also we have added an add sign to add an incremental or a relative value. So let's now press enter. And here we have it. Now this is the point which we have specified with 2000 as X and 2300 as Y. So now let's go to this actions and now select this array action. Now we need to select the parameter, which is this parameter. So click here and now we need to select the objects, which is these two objects. And we also need to ensure that this parameter is selected here and now press enter. So now we need to specify the distance between rows, which is 2300 in this case, and the distance between column, which is 2000 in this case, and now press enter. And we have this block here. So now let's test it. And in order to test this, click on this test block and now click on this block. And now we have these additional grips here. So using these grips, you can add the array or the copies of this original object. So let's click on this grip and move it on the right side, and you'll notice that at an interval of 2000 unit, a new block is added, and you can click at any point to place it. Also, when you click on this grip or when you click on this grip, you can add multiple rows at a distance of 2300 as we have already specified here. In order to add rows and columns directly, you can use the third grip, which is this one. So using this grip, you can not only add the rows, but you can also add the columns like this. So in this way, you can add array action to the dynamic block. So let's now close this test block window and let's save the block and close the block editor. And here we have the final block, which can be now used here just like this.